Ui! 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 Ui!
Requesting Northern Ireland without fields.
Ui!
Almost 3 years. Shop face emoji. Can we have Seattle, please?
Hello? I didn't fix it. It just started working. Can you hear me fine? Does it sound like normal? I changed everything. I changed input devices. I added a new audio input source. I restarted OBS, replugged my audio interface multiple times, replugged the microphone itself. Nothing fixed it. And then I was just considering, do I have to cancel the stream after 5 minutes? And then it started working. Also, Spotify partway through that decided it couldn't be bothered to play any music. So let's quit Spotify. And then
Bucket time.
Open Spotify. Oh, good. I've got no desktop audio. Isn't that fun? Could you hear that? If I swap off and back on.
It's bucket time.
Okay, I think you lot can hear that, but I can't. Right, so you're going to have to shout at me if I miss any alerts. Let's just, we'll Spotify play music now? Spotify can't play this right now. You have the file on your computer. You can import it. It's not a file on my computer. Oh my god. So it's just Windows. Windows has just absolutely ruined everything. Invite link. Yes, there is an invite link. It should be pinned in both chats. No, it won't be pinned because technically that was a different live stream. So let me re-grab it and re-pin it. I'd like to try and get my audio sorted before we play some GeoGuessr. And then I'll go through and thank Caleb, Mikey, Darren, and Cora. So I'm going to replug my audio interface once more in hopes that Windows will pick it up. Okay, the microphone should be back by now. I think I'm a little bit on the quiet side, aren't I? So I'm just going to turn up the gain a wee bit. We can sort it out later. Now, if I replay this,
it's bucket time.
I still have no audio. Oh, for Pete's sake, Windows. Maybe it's getting confused. Maybe it thinks it's the device.
It's bucket time.
I'm so glad you lot to get to... Oh, is that really loud? Okay, I'll turn that down. I don't know. I can't hear anything. Who would have guessed that Windows would cause options? Cause issues. I can speak English. Right, if I just go to play a YouTube video. No. Nothing. I restarted my PC not 30 minutes ago to try and fix something else because streamer.bot broke entirely and I had to, let's just turn the gain up a smidge then. I had to almost entirely reset up streamer.bot, which is what does the chat, what does the blurring for the alerts, which won't work. It's what gives me the chat that I can read. Does loads of things. Can't stream without it. Streamer.bot, it's an app. Very helpful, it's very powerful. And I did just decided not to open it anymore. I figured that out 2 days ago and spent those 2 days trying to fix it. And I couldn't in time for today's stream. Not 2 days ago, yesterday evening it broke, but I'm exaggerating. And yeah, I couldn't fix it in time, so I had to reinstall it and reset up all my settings. Why? Well, the 100 bits doesn't do text-to-speech anymore. That's 500 bits now because I haven't still set up it properly. I want it to be 100 bits will do text-to-speech, but it'll do like a single sentence. If you want to do a big block of text, in text-to-speech, then it'll be more. So, Dan, I win. Right, I'm not really sure how well I can stream without being able to hear things, and it's not letting me play music, and you won't be able to hear GeoGuessr. So, I think the best workaround
3 years and I've
chat,
still not found the
thank
unsub
you,
button. Smiley face emoji.
is we're going to have a really short stream. We're going to play some GeoGuessr. We're going to go through all of the maps that people have submitted up till now. And then we're going to come back on next Sunday or next Monday with GeoGuessr again, and we'll do it properly. How does that sound? So we will be doing Caleb's request. Well, we'll start off with a world, as we usually do. Then we'll do Caleb's Northern Ireland, Mikey's Seattle, Darren's Scottish Locks, or Sean. I don't know if Cora requested one. If you did request one, please let me know, Cora. And Easy Peasy, who didn't suggest one. So, can you not put the Steam in your background for the alerts? What do you mean, Matthew? But yeah, okay, so we're going to do wild, those ones I just said. Then we'll call stream there. I'll go, try and fix everything, fail, and then hopefully by next stream we've got audio. Stafford. Good. Right, so it's everybody in who wants to play. Usual rules, you can look around, you can zoom in and out, but you cannot move. With multiple rounds, the furthest away after each round will get knocked out. And then, yeah, it's until the last one that's left. And if we have a lobby full, then the people who win will sit out and we'll go through, you know, until we get through all of them. And I'm just trying to think of what will fix it. But as long as you can hear me, that is the bare essentials. So, a game of world. Author, thank you very much. The 5 gifted memberships. It's incredibly generous. They've gone to DM Carnholio, Veterinary UK, Digitalized Fire, Kelvin Clark, and Theodore Z938. It's very appreciated, thank you. The game has music, Tari, so that's probably what you can hear. Right. Oh, it's a loaf. Okay, we're going to need a lot of loaf emotes in chat immediately. But we're going to be somewhere around here. Since when what, Tari? Yeah, oh, also, I had to pay even more money than usual. Because, GeoGuessr have changed. You have to go up. You can't just have basic anymore. I have to have the middle paid plan to do parties.
_cap_loaf.
So once again, a corporation realizing that the more money they spend on trying to make their users spend money, the less people are going to, you know, actually join. Well, I'm currently in the lead, so that's good. Nice. Oh, unfortunate guess in Thailand for, I can't read what that says. I think that says easy peasy. Oh, wow, it was proper close, that was. Very good. Yeah, GeoGuessr has had music for a while. Not that you can hear mine. I think mine's actually muted. But even if it wasn't muted, you wouldn't be able to hear. So again, this is world, so this could be anywhere. I'm thinking maybe somewhere around here. Or here. That's my guess. Thank you for all of the loaves. It was you easy peasy. Well, I applaud the effort. Someone has to go out first. Completely coincidentally, Hugh can attest to this, that I've been making moves away from Windows as of late. Current plan is once I clear out enough space on my boot drive, I'm nowhere near. I'm going to start dual booting and use Linux for anything I can and just have the Windows when I need it. I don't know why it's blue. It just is. Well, no, I've been thinking about it recently, but I've started actually working on it this afternoon. Well, okay, maybe it's in South England. It's closer. Hugh with one guess left. Probably in the settings, Terry. And Hugh is knocked out. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's New Zealand. And technically, Norway was closer. Clearly it was Swindon, indeed. Props to those of you who got that it was Kiwi land. I'm thinking somewhere Uria. Maybe like in the... I'm just going to go there. It's in the middle now. Oh, that was my only guess. Yeah, because I was so far away. And everyone else except for Dan has 3 guesses and Dan has 2 guesses. I'm going to lose here. Your husband is wondering what distro you're trying liking for Linux. Well, I already use Endeavour OS on 2 other devices. I'm very fond of it. So, I'm 7,000 kilometers away. It's not in the States, is it? So yeah, I'm probably just going to do another Endeavour OS, which is Arch Linux, and it's good. I love me some Linux. There's just a couple things that I do which don't work well on Linux, namely 5M and it's middle of Germany. Oh no, sorry, Czech Republic. 5M and BeamNP do work on Arch Linux, but they're a little bit tricky, and I haven't spent the time to figure it out yet. But if it's on my main PC, then it will. And I think what I'll probably do is just spend a bunch of time dual booting one and the other, and get things slowly set up on Arch Linux, but have the Windows 11 install ready for when I need it. Yeah, what Hugh said. There are a lot of things that don't work well on Windows. Like, yeah, running Windows. Okay, well, there's a lot of clues here as to where we might be. We'll see what people manage to guess. And then eventually, I won't need Windows anymore, and I can never use it again. Which I can't wait for. It was great. I went to flash the Endeavour OS install media onto a USB stick. And the USB stick I just grabbed randomly out of my drawer, plugged it in, went to format it. It was like, oh, that's already the Endeavour OS install media. What? What do you mean, why am I so cool? What on earth are you on about? Yeah, it was somebody that uses the metric system. You're all very close, but unfortunately Dan is out. I probably would have gone out there because I think I would have guessed further north of France, but if I had multiple guesses, maybe I would have managed it. So some of that drives on the right. Yep, that's the only clue. There's nothing else here that can help you. It's not South Africa. I don't have technological abilities. I have patience. No, I don't even have patience. I have spite. If something that I want to work isn't working, I will assault it until it works. No, there's no skill or talent or knowledge or wisdom involved. There is just spite and the inevitability of my success. Oh, Spicy Youngest, sorry, I didn't see your thing because the alerts are broken. I should turn off all alerts and just pause them and then play them in the next stream. But thank you very much. The 32 months of membership is very appreciated. Any other requests we have, I'll write down and do them for next stream. I also have some requests from last stream back in October. So we're just doing the ones that are from today. But next stream, we'll be starting with Darrell's request of Scottish castles, if they remember that, and then Darrell's request of British archaeological, historical and architectural points of interest, and then Caleb's request of Northern Ireland without fields. No, that was today. That's the one I typed in today. That's the one we're doing first. Don't need to type it in, I can just read it from my list. Yeah, Windows 10 won't be lasting much longer, I don't think. Thing is, when Windows 11 came out, I think a lot of people overreacted. It wasn't perfect, it certainly wasn't finished, but it
33
was...
months actually crazy.
It worked,
Happy
and
New
you can get it to
Year.
work, and it was a cool
Underscore
operating
Cat
system
Toby
that
Hab.
made some cool changes. But every single update that's been made to Windows 11 has made it worse and worse and worse. And Cav, thank you very much for the membership that I didn't hear. That was just now, so I think it was less than a minute ago. 33 months, actually crazy. And a Happy New Year. It is Happy New Year to you too. Month late, but never late than never. And yeah, so just to clarify, if anybody wasn't here, I'm having tech issues. I've got no sound. You've only got my sound. You can hear the alerts, but I can't. So we don't have any music. So we're just doing a small selection of the maps requested for today. And then I'm going to end stream. And then we're going to come back next week and do GeoGuessr again, but properly, without it all breaking. Fingers crossed. There is almost definitely a map which is just places in the middle of nondescript fields. I do got a Prime sub coming up soon here. And Rolls Royce, welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. At least you get eligible for the extended Windows 10. Yeah, that's good. Honestly, might just drop back to Windows 7. 9 days. Oh, how unfortunate. It's unfortunate that the stream is either going to be Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, or Monday evening. You know what? Seeing as I'm out, I'm going to set up a straw poll. Windows 8 was a mistake. Windows 8.1 was surprisingly decent. Windows 10 was alright. Windows 11 was cool. But Windows 7 is still the best operating system that they made. Though I have rose-tinted glasses for Vista. I don't have rose-tinted glasses for XP. I just like XP because XP top tier. Well, to be fair, even Microsoft forgot Windows 8 happened. They so quickly moved on to 8.1. Which actually fixed a lot of the issues people had with Windows 8. Right, no, straw poll. Create a poll. Which upcoming day would make a GeoGuessr stream? Sunday afternoon. Sunday evening. Monday evening.
Almost
Create poll.
Mac OS 9.2 was the best OS though.
I thankfully haven't used a Mac OS since I was doing my GCSEs, which was a while ago, because the Macs were the only computers powerful enough to do the music tech stuff that I ended up moving on doing lots of. Right, so please go to this poll and vote when you would like to see the next GeoGuessr stream. This is the coming Sunday and the coming Monday. Oh, game, sorry, they're done. Well done. Sorry, I'm paying attention. I won the first round. John won the second round. Blissful Marsh, whoever that is, won rounds 3, 4, 5, and 7. Hopefully they're not cheating. And John won round 6. So we'll go again. And now we can start on the short list of ones we're doing today. Northern Ireland without fields. Northern Ireland without fields. Doesn't exist. Northern Ireland, no fields. We'll do this. And we'll wait for one person to stop being AFK. I haven't changed my name. That's you. Okay, that's fine. As long as we know who's who, that's good. Well done, your victory, Daz. Currently, the winner of the poll is Monday evening. I'll leave it going until the end of the stream. Sunday evening is close behind. Only 2 votes in it. I would rather Sunday evening, but I know people like to watch Alex do rubbish stuff on a Sunday evening. Right, we'll give Daz a couple of seconds to stop being AFK, and then we will go in again. Honestly, I remember about, I think, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I saw my laptop over fully to Linux, and it's just, I haven't regretted it once. It's been brilliant. So we are in Northern Ireland, and none of them fields. Obviously, no Googling for place names or anything like that, or using Google Maps, or any kind of maps that would be considered cheating. We're in a place called Wheelchair. We got a DAF. That's good. Now we know we're in Northern Ireland. We're in the west of Northern Ireland. We're not in the west of Northern Ireland. You did your democratic duty and voted. Well done. Discussing cheese in the chat is a good way to derail Alex's streams. I love Northern Ireland. Well, I love just Irish place names. They're all made up. It's hilarious. That's not any better. So I think we're in Portadown. My final guess. We'll see what Daz does first. They might not be here. They weren't here. Portadown would have been good, but it was just Belfast. It's just Dan, that's not the point. Oh, good. Cheese puns in chat. Yeah, my first ever laptop was... retake. Yeah, no, my first ever laptop was Windows XP. We'd had a family PC before then, which was older than XP, but I don't know exactly what it was on. It may not have even been Windows. It probably was. This is very early 2000s. No. This isn't a field. This is a road, Hugh. Don't be daft. It's a road just outside of Portadown. Yep. See, it is. I hope all the issues get sorted, Daz. Your coworker's trying to connect to your earbuds. Throw things at them until they stopped. Until they stopped? Until they stop. Yeah, it's the same thing, isn't it, Hugh? Yeah. Obviously, I diss on Macs and Apple hardware a lot, but if you use it, whether it's because you need to or because you want to, there's nothing wrong with it. You do what you want and what works for you, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. As soon as I became the family tech support at a very early age, every family member with an iPhone every week was having an issue because it's running slow and, you know, all that rubbish. And it was up to me to fix it. And I just, at some point, just said, no, I will not work on Apple devices anymore. It's Apple devices and printers are the two things I refuse to do. Oh, it's a BeamNG reference. And obviously modern Apple devices are just ludicrously expensive for, as far as I can tell, decades-old technology. But it's okay because it's got an Apple on it, which means we're going to spend 10 times the price. I want a framework laptop. That's what I want. But no, my laptop still works perfectly. I do not need to change anything. I think we're in Portadown again. We're not, but I'm 772 meters away from John's guess, so that's quite close. Android 4 is good, but not what I... Oh, you mean Android Forever? Yes, with you now. Yeah, I like Android, but it's getting worse because Google... They're planning to stop letting you sideload apps. And at that point, I'm going to be using a Linux phone because it's my phone, it's my hardware. I bought it with my money, and so I can do with it what I want. I don't care if you make it tricky or put things in the way of doing what I want, but if you stop letting me do what I want, then I'm not giving you any money anymore.
Whee!
You do. What are you
3
doing?
years, Amy. 3 years you've been stuck knowing me.
Don't do that, Edie. I don't know what she's saying because I can't hear it. No, 36 months, 3 years. I've known you for longer than 3 years, unfortunately. Again, stop wasting all of your stuff and things on this stream when I can't hear them. Yeah, we're nearby St. Rodens. Oh, I remember the age of the Blackberries. Yeah, I didn't have a smartphone at that point. I couldn't afford a smartphone. I had a Nokia, and then I had a Nokia knockoff flip phone. Fortunately, I never quite had a 3210, but it was close. These are just my two favourite places in NI, and that's where I'm guessing, and it's working. The pipe crew, what on earth do you mean? It happened again? What happened again? I'm so confused. See, it just works, chat. It just works. In what reality? What? I'm confused. Maybe if you get me addicted to Broadcraft, the demo still, but it's forgetting it when it's on sale. It's an excellent game, and I'm happy to be the cause of addiction to it. So you're welcome. Ballymena, obviously. Oh yeah. The Blackberries were what everyone wanted before smartphones were a proper thing. I remember my first ever smartphone was a really shitty little HTC that my uncle broke and gave it to me, and I fixed it. And then he let me keep it. It was terrible, but it had I could get apps on it, not very many, because there's no Google Play Store back in those days. Oh, crikey, I'm old. HTC Desire S. Let's have a look at what that looks like. HTC Desire S. It was older than that, my HTC, I can tell you that much. And smaller too. And then I had HTC for years and years and years until I got a Sony. I think it's an M2 Aqua. It was a phone that was... Oh, I just got knocked out. I can't hear the countdown happening. I'm too busy talking about phones. I still have guesses left, damn it. This is all your fault, chat. Yeah, I had a Sony M2 Aqua, which was great because it was waterproof. And I took a video underwater, and that was all I wanted it for. I should pay attention to the game, and I suffered for it. That's proof that I'm not making it up that I can't hear anything, or you can't hear anything either. Kill Windows. Exactly, SPS. You don't need to at me in every message. I read them all. You're welcome, Roy. I did it for you. Then after that, Sony, that's when I started Huawei. I had a Huawei P Smart for many years. It's one of the very first, not one of the very first, an early P Smarts. Brilliant, cheap little phone that was. And then when the Huawei P30 Pro came out, I spent loads of money on it. Well, sorry, loads of money at the time. 750 quid was extortionate for an entire phone. But these days, that's about normal. And I still use that P30 Pro to this day, and it's been a stellar phone. And I don't see the need to upgrade it anytime soon. I hope I haven't gone mute. Everything else is broken. I can't have this break as well. Oh, unfortunate. Tare is out. Yabajami. Have to turn off the built-in ads, but expects the price hard to beat. Exactly, yeah. And unfortunately, companies like Huawei, they're just not really viable anymore. Because, you know, the government of the United States telling Google you can't work with these companies anymore. I think the P30 Pro was one of the very later Huawei phones that came with all the Google stuff pre-built. Which, actually, think about it, I don't necessarily think that's a good thing anymore. Google used to be quite a shining star of doing things well, but year after year, they're getting worse and worse. I'm thinking about it now, I don't think I really care if my phone doesn't have Google Play services. Yeah, honestly, if my next phone came with the downside of not having the Play Store, I think I'll be absolutely fine with that. Because why would I want it? The only Google thing that I actively rely on is Google Wallet, because it's very helpful. I've been slowly moving away from Google Drive over the past couple months. It's been excellent. Well, actually, no, there is one service of Google's that I use a lot. Google Docs. Google Docs and Google Sheets. I use those a lot. In fact, I could definitely be within 50 meters. You're all very close, but it is Hugh who has been knocked out. It is now down to the final two. A showdown between two people's names that I can't see. I think one of those says John, and the other one is Roy. It's a housing area in the middle of Northern Ireland. That's a field. We've been lied to. Many years ago, you briefly worked with someone that did some work for Huawei. They were told to copy exactly the code from a certain well-known IT manufacturer, including comments. If it works, that's basically what my coding is. Just copying other people. Also, recently I have found a good use for ChatGPT and AI chatbots. Is dumping all my code in and just say, make comments. Because I never make comments and it always bites me in the ass later. So, yeah, chuck my code into ChatGPT, tell it to make comments. And now I've got nicely formatted and commented code. And sometimes it doesn't break the code of doing so. Technically, yes, but not for most people. Well, that was very close, you two. Who actually won? John won. Congratulations, you lot. Let me get the next game going and then remind me to continue my thought. What are we doing next?
Hello, Manamkum Shana.
Cowbell, thank you. I don't know what that says, and I didn't hear it, but thanks anyway. Oh yeah, the automatic blurring isn't going to work either. Seattle is next. Everything broke today. Everything. Really annoyed. But the tip is very, very, very appreciated. Thank you. So this is Micro's request for Seattle, and we'll do Darren's request for Scottish Locks. Then Cora's request for Stafford. And that's all we'll do today. Any other ones we get, save for next stream. Yeah. Right. We'll wait for Dow's to rejoin. If not, then we'll let Downa in. Right, let's just catch up to chat. If you don't mind me asking, how old are you? I felt like around the same age because you have some similar childhood experiences with technology and what came out. How old do you think I am, Elise? Anyone else who doesn't know, how old do you reckon I am? It's very easy to check because I have birthday live streams that tell me. Oh, I agree. Not the whole artificial intelligence is terrible. Did you request
Almost foolery.
what?
Nothing like cute you tech you
Drake,
tech you
thank you
tech
for
you
£2
tech you
again. I
tech you
can't
tech
hear
you
that.
tech you.
Oh, Scottish Locks for Sean. Yeah, that's what it is. It's Darren's request who did it for Sean. Yeah. No, you can't guess because you know. Tari thinks 27. Cav thinks 18. Cav, do you? No, you must know how old I am, Cav. You've been around for far too long. You can't think I'm 18. Sean thinks I'm 28. 27.5. It's technically an age. Right, Daz doesn't appear to be here, so we'll replace them with Dan and South. Late 20s, you're 28, almost 29, so that's your guess. 12, 31, 4,624. So far, Caleb's the closest. Not. 22 pi squared. Yeah. See, we're not asking about your age. So we're in Seattle. We're in this building of Seattle. This is actually this building right here. See? I am, if you want to go as specific as halves, I'm 26 and a half, which does make me sound like I'm, a 4-year-old who's, I'm not 4, I'm 4 3/4.
Chat, Ronald let me put anything
And
in
Cabo,
as you
thank
can
you for that,
verify
which I
my
also
account
can't
as
hit, but
hello
it's still very
Amy.
appreciated.
Morning Drake and Bombakelt.
Oh, I was slowly being dropped down. Again, I can't hear a bloody thing. So I'm a little bit younger than you, Elise. But, oh, I was actually going to go further away with that. No, it was the public library. I guess that actually makes sense. But yeah. I always had slightly older technology than most people growing up. Partially because it's expensive, partially because I prefer older technology. I may be born in 1999, but I'm much more millennial than Gen Z, and I say that with pride. So this is much more housing-y, so I'm going to say it's up here in Wedgwood. No, I've been immediately overtaken. But I'm beating Roy. I'm so sorry, Sean. I'm so sorry. It did look quite a library building, didn't it? So yeah, a lot of you were pretty close with your guesses of my age. I'm just past me mid-20s, and I guess I'm older than I am. You were 21. I was 21 too. A couple of years back. Okay, Hugh, just mark that down on a map, and we'll set a holiday for it next year, because that sounds amazing. Drake, thank you very much for the gifted subscription to Tare. See, I wasn't 21 in 1999. I'm pretty sure. Actually, no, I was 21 minutes old in 1999. Oh, big yawn. So, troch. Poor Volvo. Nothing remotely interesting. Yeah, hours, days. I was 21 weeks old in 99 as well. Who said it's 21 in 99? It's 18. I'm not sure you quite understood what's being said, Tari. Well, this is a proper posh area, isn't it? So, I don't know. I don't know, where's the posh area? Away from the train station. Hey, how it works. Go on, Cav. Do another guess. You know you want to. Make it further away than mine. Go on, Cav. You know you want to. No, that's closer than mine. That's not what I told you to do. What's the point of me streaming here if you lot aren't going to listen to what I say? I'm the one in charge. It is I clicked the same exact spot as last round. Well, Hugh, I wasn't lurking. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, I didn't do it in time. Oh, I guess would have worked as well, for God's sake. Again, I didn't actually realize how much time I had left. Because I can't hear it. Grr. Thank you, Tarai. I know exactly where 37th Avenue is. Yes, author, I realised a little too late. Ah, I want this. That's a car that's been driven to the ragged edge. I'm installing Linux tonight. I have a terabyte boot drive, NVMe, and I'm just going to split that in half. I did some file clearing earlier. How far did I get? This boot drive was basically full. Can I be an honorary millennial? Because I don't have anything in common with what people consider to be Gen Z. Definitely a late millennial. And you know, I was growing up over the millennium, so that's good enough. No, well, Tara, unfortunately, most people would consider 1999 to be not. Which I disagree with, but most people would disagree. It's not really a set thing. Different people think different things. Most people would consider me a Gen Z, though I have nothing in common with any Gen Zs. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. It was a nearly full terabyte boot NVMe, and I managed to clear 400 gigabytes from it. Thanks, chat. Thanks for taking away from the 67 crowd. That's later than Gen Z, isn't it? If your birth starts with 19, I consider you old. Well, I am old compared to you. Again, that's not a set definition. Some people have different definitions. Tari. And I agree with you. But most people would define it other ways. Yeah, but that was worth it, yeah. That was just funny. I might just reinstall. Actually, the most annoying thing is SteamVR, which I do use a lot, can't be moved from the boot drive. I don't think it's boot drive. I think it's the drive where Steam is installed. So I'm just going to uninstall Steam, reinstall it on my larger NVMe, move on with my life. Please be patient with me. I'm from the 1900s. Oh dear. Again, Tari, it's not important. Different people have different definitions. It doesn't matter. We can use what we want. Well, at the end of the day, everybody is talking.
Bucket time.
How on earth do I pronounce that? Oh, ash to ash. Right, sorry. Yeah, that's actually quite easy to pronounce, and I'm just stupid. Ash to ash. Thank you very much for the channel subscription. It is very appreciated. Do you think 67 is Gen Alpha? I think that's what they're called, the ones currently in middle school and such. I don't know. I ignore them. Oh look, this is BeamNG Drive. This is West Coast USA. Oh, sorry, Fates. That's unfortunate. Corrected one of the younger members of Gen X. Well, you can be whatever you like, Wowmage. You can call me Ash too, if that's even more easy. I shall probably shorten it to that, but that's only because I'm lazy. I did manage to figure out Ash to Ash. It was the TOA in the middle that made me think it was part of the same word. What's a Toash? No, I'm just stupid. Okay, overthinking it, but yeah. I feel sorry for the next one to come along being called Gen Beta. Oh dear. Things with set numerical figures can be matters of opinion. Oh, right, yeah, the definitions for the generations. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Honestly, there's probably more than my IQ. Well, I mean, Gen 0. It's not much better. I'm out, right? Yeah, I was out ages ago. Good. I've no idea what's going on. Yeah, but that would be too much fun, author, because you can bully people for it. Right, so we're moving on to the penultimate round of Seattle. After that, we'll be doing Scottish Locks for Sean. And then after that, we're doing the final one of Stafford for Cora. And then any others that we have to do, we'll do next Monday evening, as that's what's going to win the poll by the looks of things. When I fix things and we can have audio and some music and other things. There's only one funny number and it's 69. Incorrect. There are two funny numbers, 69 and 420. Those are the funny numbers. I mean, yes, I'm similar with some things. When people are being incorrect, but most people don't care enough to bother correcting themselves. And it hurts my brain. Exactly, Mikey. Yes, Garden, we've had many technical difficulties and we've got no sound except from a microphone. You lot can hear alerts. I can't. For instance, when The Mandalorian came out, brilliant show, by the way, we obviously had the child, or Grogu. We didn't know his name. Because he was the same species as Yoda, everybody called him Baby Yoda, which is just not how that works. I get really annoyed when people do that. Thankfully, people don't really do it anymore. But I don't tell people when things annoy me, because that just makes them do it on purpose. So I just hold it inside and ignore them. It's like if you met a child human that you don't know the name of, you don't just get the name of another human you know who has nothing to do with this child and name it Baby Alan. It doesn't make any sense. Well, do we ever know what's we know some? We know a lot about Yoda's species and Yaddle and now Grogu. 42 is also a funny number, that is true, yes. We know a lot about them in Star Wars Legends, which is decanonized, but it's more in the sense of we don't know what will continue to be canon. So we know lots about their species, but it might get changed later on because Disney. $67 is the most annoying number, the most disruptive number where restaurants had to eliminate it from their ordering systems. Oh dear. Yeah, you do that at least it works. And you know, the parents who get annoyed when you call their child Baby Alan will be the people who are more than happy to call Grogu Baby Yoda. I would say people then continued to call Grogu Baby Yoda even after we learned that his name was Grogu. So even when that parent then tells you the name of their child, continue to call it Baby Alan. Oops. I don't get pet peeved by anything. Yes, but Ret11, you might be biased on this matter. Did the millennium start in 2000 or 2001? Well, considering that the century started in 2000, I would say the millennium does too. Surely. Although, I mean, all the stream stuff keeps breaking, Garden. That's been fun. You've heard Lady Allen. Oh, no. Baby Allen, as in Baby Yoda, as in Grogu. Just autism things. To be fair, my racing number, 19, does come from my birth century. Basically, when I did a racing series, this was before I even met Alex, and I needed to put in a racing number for it. And I wanted it to be my birthday. So I thought, okay, I'll do 20 because that's the day in August that I was born. It had already been taken. I was like, okay, I'll go for 08, the month. August that I was born in. No, that's already been used. Okay, well, what about the year I was born in? 99. Nope, already used. So 19. And that wasn't used, and that's... I mean, I have a racing number, Tare. It's the number I like to use when a racing number is available. And congratulations, Drake. That's well fought, everybody, except for me. You failed to pay attention. So yeah, you didn't know the origins of why I used the number 19? That's why. Because I couldn't have any of the other numbers I liked, and then it stuck. Right. So we have 2 more we're doing today. Okay, because technical difficulties, then we'll do the rest next Monday. We are doing Scottish locks. Requested by Darren or Sean. Did you know about the bullseye mode? No. We'll look into it next week. Why know you don't care, Hugh? Oh, sorry. I didn't realise. Scottish lock locations you must play. No, I prefer Daniel Hardcastle. Is Dad Cube called Paul? It occurs to me, I don't actually remember Dad Cube's name. Thank you for stopping by, Cav. Hope you have enjoyed the very content-lacking stream. We'll see you the next one, hopefully. You know, use the number 19? Not very frequently. Oh, Steve. Of course it's Steve. Yeah, different Hardcastle then. Good till warming up. It's cooperative between all players for Cirque. Oh, no, I do know this mode. Yes, I've done it with you previously. Right, we'll give John and Daz a couple seconds to rejoin. If not, I'm going to remove them so we don't have dud rounds at the start. You have 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Daz appears to not be here. Kick out. There we go. Yeah. No. Piss. Close. And there we go. Scottish locks. And I do need to hydrate. Good hydration. Right. Okay. So we're in Scotland. We got some locks, but not locks. The locks. You know, the other type of lock. I think we're at this one here. Lock as in lake, not lock as in lock. With a K. You know what I mean. It sure does look like Scotland. It is very pretty. I'm slowly dropping down the order. There's a train line next to it. Don't talk rain, exactly. It might do, it might not. I don't know, Terry. You might have got it. Nice, Roy. You say that, and then I see you guess and stay in last place, which is quite funny. Just different language stuff, I guess, well, mate. Oh, it was right up north, it were. Wait, how on earth did you get that? Please enlighten us how you managed this. That's not Loch Ness, is it? No, that isn't. Pure luck. Excellent. No. This is not the audience, well, not the community where you want to bring up something like Hogwarts. We shan't go into why. I think it's a bigger one than this. That's the ocean. I feel like too many of these are too on a slant. Maybe it's this one here. Yeah, good enough. You are Shalom. It just takes a while for it to work, and I still have no idea why it's doing that. But it does it for random different people. But that's why we have Twitch here. Good job, Roy. Yes, the master lock can be opened by the master lock, of course. Did it, Nike? Yes, exactly, Terry. Oh, bollocks. Oh, for God's sake, I'm in last place and I have no idea because I can't hear anything. So irritated. Hate you, Hugh. It's fine. I moved north anyway. I needed to go further south. God damn it. Oh, this is Ullapool, this is. There you go. Goodness sakes. Alright. So, back to what I was talking about previously when I was knocked out, because I don't have to play GeoGuessr anymore. As I said, plan is I'm installing Linux tonight, dual booting it with Windows 11. But I need to get a little bit more space on my C drive. I'm currently sat at 406 gigabytes free of 929. I'd like to have around 500 free for Linux. And then at some point I'll probably slim down my other NVMe with the 2TB one, give 1TB of that to Windows, 1TB of that to Linux. I'm not desperate for storage space. I've got a NAS. I can chuck loads of stuff on that. It's just the stuff that I need installed. I want to know where 406 gigabytes has gone. I've got WinDistat and WizTree, and I use those, and there's only small files left. There must be so many of them. I don't have a windows.old folder or anything. Let's see, how big is my Windows folder? Well, it's huge. I should get rid of this. I don't pay anyone anything. I'm called Lock Shin. Oh, we'll have to take Chris there. Oh, jeez. It's still going up, but any guesses in chat as to the size in gigabytes of my Windows folder? Closest gets a prize. There is no prize. Do not expect a prize. But I'm saying the closest gets a prize. It stopped going up now. Okay. It is 2 digits, not 3 digits, Sean. Okay, you lot are all shitting. This isn't my Windows install. This is just the Windows folder. So it doesn't have anything like program files, users, documents, desktop, it doesn't have anything like that. Nice, Roy. So far, Rhett is the closest with 65. Shalom is the closest with 52. Although that's not gigabytes, that's gigabytes, which might have a different conversion. 52 is the closest. 52 remains the closest. I think you're all going to be surprised by how small it is then. I was surprised at how big it is. Oh, we're getting closer. Nobody said the right number yet. Oh, no. First number was SVS. It is 56 gigabytes. A bunch of people said 55, but it wasn't. It was 56 gigabytes. If I delete that, that's a load more space. Oh, we're on a boot. There's a man on a boot. There's 2 men on a boot. Again, that's not my Windows install. That's just the Windows folder. Oh dear garden. Vacuuming and typing. Excellent. I have an Xbox games folder. I don't need that. Oh, it's 0 bytes. Brilliant. All right, well, I have a folder that is quite nicely named 7C91VA61. But that's only 32 megs. I've got an ADB folder, which I use, but it's tiny. I have an AMD folder. I do have an AMD CPU. For 180 megabytes, it can stay. A boot folder that's 56 kilobytes. What on earth is in there? Oh, yeah, I know what that is. That's fine. An ESD folder. This is some kind of Microsoft boot manager. Does anybody know what ESD is? A Microsoft thing called ESD. Okay, Google it and find out, but it's much more fun getting you to do it. Another way to name your homework folder. Excellent. Electrostatic discharge. I don't think that's quite what I'm dealing with here, Sean. Oh, look at this view. Isn't this lovely? I need to go back to Scotland soon. Gorgeous place. Yeah, there's a lock down there. You see? Look, there's many. So actually this is wrong because it's locks, not lock. I don't think it's going to be emergency system or something. Windows ISO stuff. Yeah, I figured. I don't think it's a particularly large folder. It's 4 gigabytes. I've deleted it. Something might go wrong now. FFmpeg. Yeah, I use that. It's only 400 megs. I have 4 folders here. One called found.001. Another that's called found.002. One that's called found.003. And they're all empty. Delete. I will say that with Windows as an operating system, you really should reinstall it every like other year or so. It doesn't like going on longer than that. To keep your computer running cleanly, clean Windows install every other year. This is technically the same Windows install I put on my first ever custom PC in like 2014. It was 2013 actually. Back when I had a 960. And I installed Windows 7. And then I got updated to Windows 8. And then I got updated to Windows 8.1. Windows 10. And now Windows 11. And I've never reinstalled it once because I don't want to. Even though I know that you should. And I tell other people that they should. There's probably a lot of rubbish stuff around here. I'm going to keep going. This is just the root of my C folder, by the way. An init pub folder that's empty. Delete. That's why I'm moving away, monkey. There's an Intel folder that's 300 kilobytes. You can stay. A logs folder. 400 megabytes. You can stay. A Lua thing that I need. Main SDK. That is empty. Delete. There's a folder here called mats, all in capital, M-A-T-S. It's 4 megabytes. An MSI folder, 170 megabytes. Performance logs, empty. Right, my program files folder is going up. All right, we'll have a guess. How do you think my program files and program files x86 are combined? We're in Scotland. I figured it out. So this is most of all of the apps I have installed on my boot drive, regular and x86 combined. It still hasn't finished going up yet, so I don't know. Hugh reckons 313 gigabytes. I think that might be a little bit over, and I think Ash's guess of 100 gigabytes is going to be a little bit under. It has finished. That is lower than I was expecting it to be. Ah, right. I just did the multiplication modifier, not the addition multiplier, which ended with somewhere in the thousands. Let's add them together. Oh, it's a 1 terabyte drive, Mikey, so no. You know what? I'm going to say, Darren, you're the closest. You win with a guess of 186 gigabytes. It was 170 gigabytes. That's 70 odd in my program files folder and 100 odd in my program files x86 folder. You did it. You won. Well done, everybody. I went out so quickly. It's really difficult to play GeoGuessr when you can't hear anything. Right, and for the final one, maybe I'll just have a installing Linux stream instead. Here you go, Stafford. Well done, Drake. He's on 175. Damn, I didn't see that. Well done, Elise. You win. Try turning the volume up. On what? Oh, just my headphones, I see. Right, we'll give Roy and Kyle a couple seconds to rejoin. I'm going to keep looking through my folders. Program data. How big do we reckon that is? Ooh, interesting. More than I was expecting. Yes, although that's not how mine works, Tyra. It's a little bit more complicated than that. My program data folder is 40 gigs. Damn. I considered that, but I thought it'd be boring. You lot can't hear it either. 40 gigabytes for program data. Interesting. Recovery folder. Empty. Good. Oh, a Riot Games folder. I don't even need to look at that. I'm just going to delete it immediately. Actually, let's see how big it is first. Oh, 500 megabytes. Delete. Steam CMD. That is a pretty helpful tool. There's nothing in it. There's nothing in the temp folder. The users folder is where there's going to be more than I expect, I think. Come on, Roy and Kyle, get back in for the final one of the stream. Thank you for stopping by, Sean. Next stream will either be Friday or Saturday. Friday afternoon or Saturday evening. At least 7 is technically correct. The straw poll, I don't know, the next GeoGuessr stream will be next Monday evening. Or the next stream will either be Pokemon on Friday afternoon, Auto Beam / Teardown on Saturday evening, or Pokemon on Sunday afternoon. There you go. It's saying GeoGuessr doesn't necessarily dictate that you're supposed to do it with your eyes. You are supposed to, but that doesn't necessarily dictate that. Okay, so I think I found where I'm struggling to find storage space on my C drive. For clarification, the program files folder was about 70 gigs. Program files x86 folder was about 100 gigs. My Windows folder was 56 gigs. Please take some guesses on my users folder. I'm going to remove inactive players very soon. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We shall play the final round. 140 gigs, 179 gigs. Have removed temp files, believe me, I have. As again, it's not like I'm desperate for storage. I just like a little bit more space on this drive to give to the new Linux install. So this is anywhere in Stafford, which means it's just random guessing for me. Oh, I've heard of that one, Tyra. It's pretty good. It's not quite that big, Darren. No, my user folder is 216 gigabytes. I'm going to go in and have a poke around. Chat, you need to tell me if I'm put in last place or if I'm close to being put in last place. Right, public, 6 gigs. Nothing worth worrying about in there. Default, 10 megs. Nothing worth worrying about in there, which means everything's in my user folder. Yep, thank you for pointing that out, Roy. Usually I don't like taking advice from people. It's not a roundabout though, is it? So I think we're actually about here. Is there a roundabout behind us? Oh. Oh, there was a road in over here. I didn't see that road. I was just looking at this road over here. Oh well, doesn't matter. I'm still in. I'm just going to type that in. Krokiet. There you go. Yeah, that looks like what I want. Felix, welcome. You don't need to apologise at all. Unfortunately, this is near the end of this stream as everything's broken. Caleb, no, we're not bringing that back. Technical excuses, it's a very short stream, and we'll come back with GeoGuessr next week. There's only going to be one co-op in Stafford, right? I mean, I found Aldi, B&Q. Oh, that's the wrong way. I found Lidl, which is the best supermarket. The co-op, good with food. And Asda, more Asda. Just got to put a guess in there. Might be near the bed warehouse. I was going the wrong way and it's fine. Hugh is out. A bit more streamlined in a few ways, but its harsh comparison is way slower. I'm happy to wait. I'm very patient. Why does Absol speak in a British way? I'm pretty sure he doesn't. No, Mikey, shush. And so a rover hasn't brought it away. It probably hasn't moved from there since that photo was taken. Nobody got it. Well done. Me for being one of the people to no. Shush. Okay, I don't know what I'm on about. Well, somebody who knows what that logo is will be able to guess where we are. That's like a car rental place, or is it just... Oh, right. Yeah, I can see that logo right there. Unfortunately, that doesn't help. I found the Merc place. And Toyota. And VW. There's a hat shop called Get Ahead Hats, and now I want to visit that. Don't think it's the metal, Anne. Oh, just say Ford dealership somewhere. Yeah, I'm nowhere near. Oh, I had no idea how much time was left. I thought I had more time. I should have looked at chat. You said 45, 30 seconds, and I wasn't paying attention. This is the content you lot are here for. For fuck's sake. Oh, the guess I was about to put down was right close as well. Damn it. Oh dear. I have a folder called 3D Object. Is there anything in that? No. Creative Cloud files. I can get rid of those now because I'm moving away from Adobe stuff. It was useful. It wasn't as bad for me because I convinced them I was still a uni student, so I got it for cheap. But even then, it's still too... I know, but I wasn't looking at that, Roy. I'm used to having a audible timer in there. Oh dear. Well, that's pretty much bringing us to the end of this stream. We'll see who manages to win out of Roy, Caleb, Dan, and Drake. I have the time turned I don't know what that means, Roy. Oh, off is it annoys me too much. Yeah, well, I rely on it, even if it is an irritating noise. There is a very, very small chance, but by the next stream, I may have moved everything over to Linux. What's likely going to happen is I'm going to slim down my Windows install a bit further this evening, get Linux installed, and just use that when I'm doing casual stuff. And then as soon as I'm working, you know, filming, editing, streaming, or even like writing code for 5M and the likes, I'll do that on Windows just because that's where I'm used to doing it. And eventually I'll make the full swap over. I think doing it a bit at a time is worth it. Probably not Tare, but there will be alternatives. OBS works very well on Linux. Dinner consists of chicken and teriyaki sauce as well as coleslaw. Rate out of 10. 7.3 out of 10. I like some teriyaki chicken. Drake is out. Now down to Dan, Roy, and Caleb. They could be. It could also just be regular flats, Tari. Could make it a hat trick. Well, the attempt was well made. Oh, there's just an Apple folder there. Why is there an Apple folder? Oh, for mobile sync from when I used to have to deal with other people's phones. Oops, I deleted all of the Adobe folders. Whoops. Let's see, how much of that 200 odd gigs is in my app data folder? Is that 30, 40, 50, 80, 90, 100 gigs, 130, 150, 170. 100, how many gigs did I say my user folder was? Because 170 of that's in my app data folder. That brings me documents folder. I never store anything in documents. That's just stuff that other apps have done. 15 gigs. Caleb is out for the final round of today's stream. It is Roy versus Dan. And again, hopefully by the next stream I've sorted out all the audio issues. I'm hoping it's just going to be a PC restart and then it'll start working again. Really hope it doesn't make me break out one of the old audio interfaces. And we will retry GeoGuessr next Monday because I did want to do a GeoGuessr stream. It's been a while. And yeah, then everything broke. It's unfortunate. They've got one guess left each. I have no idea how many guesses left they have each. It'd be nice if the game could tell me that. Maybe Canadian border. I don't think Staffordshire is near the Canadian border, Tari, if I had to guess. Oh, Ashtrash asked what distro we use. Kind of think about switching to Linux too. I already use on other devices Endeavour OS, which is Arch Linux, which is very good. It's very customizable, but it isn't particularly user-friendly. So if it's your first Linux distro, I'd recommend something like Linux Mint or Ubuntu or Debian, you know, something along those lines. But if you want to get the full Linux experience, I think Arch is the way to go, especially for gaming. Right. Well, Old Fedora's good too. Yeah. Well done, Roy, and well done, everybody else. Thank you for dealing with a stream full of technical difficulties and obviously another very short stream. We managed to make it over an hour. She's Arch, by the way. Is that a thing that people say? Because I do. I like Arch. Not very good at it, but that's fine. I just Google it. No, I don't Google things anymore. I DuckDuckGo it. And then somebody else has already figured out the problem I've got. I copy and paste what they've done. And then I'm sorted. Right. Yes. Ta-ra all. Thank you very much for joining me. We'll be back, hopefully, with a proper stream next time. With everything not completely broken. And then we'll see. No, don't go. Not don't went. Don't be silly. Ta-ra.